Did you ever think you're getting a lot done, but still feeling stuck? Let's explore why busy doesn't always mean productive. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode. I'm Chris, excited to guide you through the concept of deep work versus shallow work, and how you can level up your concentration for real, meaningful progress. If you're a student juggling lectures and assignments, a university researcher racing against deadlines, or an office worker swamped with back-to-back tasks, you've probably felt the difference between truly focused, creative efforts and day-to-day busy work. By the end of this show, you'll know the key differences and practical steps to make deep work a central part of your routine. So, grab a cozy seat or pop in your earbuds. Let's dive right in. 1. Why deep work matters. If you've ever had a moment where time seemed to disappear, maybe while coding a challenging project, writing a term paper, or brainstorming a big idea, then you've already tasted what productivity guru Cal Newport calls deep work. It's a state of undistracted concentration so intense that you produce at your highest cognitive level. In his book, Deep Work, Newport argues that this kind of work is becoming increasingly valuable in our knowledge-driven economy. But here's the kicker. We also face more distractions than ever. From social media notifications to an endless stream of emails, it's easy to drift into shallow work, the mindless, quick tasks that feel productive, but don't require deep thought or truly move the needle on long-term goals. Why does this matter? Because the big wins, whether scoring top marks in a challenging subject, publishing breakthrough research, or advancing in your career, often come from deep focus, not from checking off 100 small to-dos. 2. Deep work defined. Let's break it down further. Deep work involves high-level concentration. You give your full, undivided attention to a single task. The task challenges your brain, writing a complex report, solving tough math problems, coding a software feature, etc. Minimal distraction. You're not glancing at your phone every few minutes or toggling between 15 browser tabs. This isn't easy, but it's extremely rewarding. Brain scanning studies show that when people immerse themselves in complex tasks, like advanced problem solving or learning intricate new skills, they activate multiple regions of the brain in synergy. This synergy strengthens neural pathways, making future learning and problem solving easier. 3. Shallow work. The busy trap. Now, let's talk shallow work. These tasks usually involve low-level cognitive effort, checking and responding to emails, scheduling appointments, or updating spreadsheets with repetitive information. Your phone pings, your inbox bounces with new messages, and you interrupt your current task to respond. Yes, these tasks might keep you busy, but they don't necessarily spark growth or creativity. They're about maintenance, not breakthroughs. Why is shallow work problematic? Because it feels productive. After all, you're doing something, but doesn't help you build specialized skills or achieve big milestones. Over time, if your day is crammed with shallow work, you can end up exhausted, yet not much closer to your real goals. 4. Examples of deep versus shallow tasks. To bring this to life, here are a few examples. Writing a research paper that requires weeks of literature review and synthesizing new insights. Designing a complex marketing campaign strategy from scratch. Developing a new software module that solves a critical business or academic challenge. Shallow work. Spending hours formatting a document that isn't mission critical. Sending quick emails and replying to group chats without any real analysis or strategy. Constantly updating your social media feed to check for the latest post or message. We all have shallow work to do. It's part of life. The trick is balancing these tasks without letting them consume your entire day. 5. The science of focus. Let's sprinkle in some science. According to studies in cognitive psychology, attention residue is a phenomenon where part of your mind stays stuck on the previous task if you switch tasks too frequently. This residue can last for several minutes, lowering your cognitive capacity on the new task. Essentially, you're carrying mental baggage that slows you down. Key takeaway: group your shallow tasks together and set aside dedicated blocks for your deep work. That way, you minimize constant switching and reduce attention residue. Research also shows that a quiet, well-structured environment significantly boosts your ability to concentrate. That's why many world-class authors, scientists, and innovators block off uninterrupted hours, or even days, to work in solitude, free from social media and phone buzzes. 6. Crafting your deep work ritual. You might be thinking, great, but my schedule is already jam-packed. Don't worry, you can start small. Here are some practical steps. Choose a slot. Pick 1 or 2 hours during the day when you can be relatively free from meetings, calls, or casual drop-ins. Early mornings or late evenings can work if the usual 9 to 5 is noisy. Signal the brain. Before your deep work session, do a quick focus ritual. Maybe brew a cup of coffee or tea, put on noise-canceling headphones, or clear your desk of clutter. Silence notifications on your phone. If possible, place it out of sight. Close unnecessary browser tabs. If you need the internet, keep only essential sites open. Know exactly what you want to achieve in that block. Maybe drafting a 2-page report or working through 3 complex math problems. Having a clear endpoint keeps you motivated. Use a timer. Techniques like the Pomodoro technique, where you work for 25 minutes, then break for 5, can be a gentle way to build deep work stamina. Some tasks might need a longer interval, like 45 or 60 minutes, depending on your concentration level. 7. Making time for shallow work, but on your terms. Shallow work isn't bad. We need to answer emails, schedule, coordinate with team members, or fill out forms. The trick is to handle these tasks efficiently and in batches. Instead of responding to each new message instantly, set 2 or 3 times a day to check your inbox. This approach helps you avoid constant disruptions. Automate and delegate. If something can be automated, like templated responses, or delegated, like data entry to a colleague or an assistant, do so. Saving small bits of time daily can add up to big chunks for deep work. Set a shallow work window. Reserve a block, say 4 to 5 p.m., to handle shallow tasks. During that hour, power through admin tasks swiftly so they don't leak into your prime focus hours. 8. Avoiding burnout and building momentum. Deep work can be mentally intense. If you've never done it regularly, starting can feel exhausting. But just like physical exercise, your capacity grows with practice. Start small. Begin with 30-minute blocks. Gradually extend them as you build mental endurance. Celebrate wins. Finish drafting that research proposal. Wrote a chapter of your thesis. High-five yourself, or share a quick win with a supportive friend. Positive reinforcement keeps you motivated. After a deep session, step away from the desk. Stretch, drink water, or walk around for a few minutes. Let your mind rest before diving back in. Experts also emphasize quality sleep. Sleep is crucial for memory consolidation and overall cognitive performance. When you're well rested, it's easier to maintain the level of concentration deep work requires. 9. Overcoming common roadblocks. It's easy to say you'll do deep work, but life happens. Here are some common obstacles and how to tackle them. Constant interruptions. If you work in a busy office, consider booking a meeting room or using headphones as a sign of "do not disturb." Communicate with coworkers. "I'll be heads down for the next hour. I can chat right after." Sometimes self-control apps, like Freedom or Cold Turkey, can block distracting websites. This helps break the habit of reflexively checking social media. If you don't know your main priority, you'll default to shallow tasks. Take a moment each morning or Sunday night to clarify your top goals for the week. That sets your deep work agenda. 10. The bigger picture. Career and life impact. So, why invest all this effort? Because consistent deep work not only helps you excel academically or professionally, it also fosters a sense of fulfillment. When you engage deeply, you learn more and produce higher quality results. Employers often reward employees who can deliver real, thoughtful contributions over those who only shine at surface-level tasks. In academics, deep work can be the difference between writing a mediocre essay versus a standout thesis that earns top grades or leads to publication. In the workplace, it can set you apart as a creative problem solver rather than just another worker in the office. Even outside of work, think about personal projects, learning a musical instrument, mastering a new language, or honing artistic skills. Deep practice sessions, much like deep work, can accelerate your progress far more than scattered, distracted attempts. 11. Bringing it all together. To sum it up, deep work, focused, cognitively demanding, distraction-free efforts that lead to significant growth and accomplishments. Necessary tasks, often lower-level and easily replicable, that keep life running but don't usually generate breakthroughs. Bunch shallow tasks together to free up space for deep sessions. Use rituals, timers, and distraction blockers to sustain concentration. Celebrate milestones and rest adequately to prevent burnout. The goal isn't to eliminate shallow work entirely. You need it for daily logistics. Instead, it's about balance. Carving out time for deep work ensures you move forward on major goals, rather than feeling like you're treading water in a sea of busy tasks.
Alright, that's a wrap for today's episode. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on more tips to improve your English. And hey, if you want to take your learning to the next level, check out the books I've linked in the description. These are some of the best resources to boost your vocabulary, grammar, and confidence in English. Blast off!